You may be surprised by what you see on a typical day aboard the Starship Enterprise. Specifically on Deck 4, Commander Data could come around the corner with a wooden pipe dressed as Sherlock Holmes. The bridge officers could come by in full sailing regalia, ready to sail on the high seas of the 1800s. Even a Klingon in a cowboy hat has graced these corridors. But today, everyone gives a wide berth to the junior officer carrying the longsword, dressed in standard issue gray physical training attire and carrying the heavy sword over his shoulder. Wes Kirkpatrick makes his way to Holodeck 3 to fulfill a promise that he made years ago. Wes grew up on starships and came from a family with a long tradition with the fleet. But his mother was a geneticist who discovered a peculiar quirk in the genes of all humanoid species in the galaxy. The expression of this quirk would likely never have been discovered at all if not for a single planet rich with a particular radioactive ore that made magic possible. Or at least what appeared to be magic to the underdeveloped population of that planet. Every moment Wes had growing up that was not spent on a starship was spent on Roke. His mother spent 25 years studying the ore's strange properties that could make fantasy stories come to life. Indeed, the whole planet felt like a fantasy novel, and the summer shore leaves Wes spent on Roke were filled with swords and symbology. The inhabitants had somehow discovered that symbols could be inscribed on objects and on the skin to draw out this radioactive energy and give it form. The sword Wes carried onto the holodeck was one such object, and a closer inspection revealed intricate symbols inscribed on the blade. On any planet or starship in the galaxy so far explored, these runes were mere decorations, but on Roke, that was a different matter. Wes had spent the last few months coding a holodeck program to simulate the symbol effect. While on Roke, a friend of his father's had trained him in the art of manipulating the symbol energy with a blade, and Wes had promised his swordmaster to keep it in practice. The lifespan of the people of Roke is shorter than that of humans, and Master Otaxis died about 4 years ago. Wes was his last pupil, and after his death he made it a personal goal to keep this specific art alive. But it was easier said than done. Being a Starfleet officer took its own level of dedication, and practicing on Roke was not an option for an upcoming officer in the fleet.